This is KCCK's Culture Crawl. I'm Dennis Green, and my guests today are from the upcoming production of The Follies. Say hi to Alisabeth von Presley and Jen Boettger. Ladies, thanks for being here.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yes,
This
thank you.
is 38
8.
years
Yes.
of The Follies. Certainly the longest running show of its kind locally and probably anywhere when it comes right down to it.
Near as I can tell,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine. It's a great Eastern Iowa tradition, and you both have been involved for a long time. Elizabeth, you were in the kids chorus years ago.
Yes, I was
You
a child, yeah.
and that's not unusual. That that there are sometimes, I don't know what's the record. I mean, it's not uncommon to have 3 generations of performers on stage these days.
Exactly. In fact, we have 3 generations involved this year, and it's not unusual at all to have entire families. We have people who are kids, and then they go on to be adults and perform as adults, and then become parents, and then now they bring in their children, and it's just, it's a tradition.
The theme is planes, trains, and automobiles. So elucidate on that for me just a little bit. How are you playing? How are you playing with that theme?
Yeah, we're so excited about that theme. It's been such a fun theme this year because it's so accessible to everybody. It really reaches to everybody. And the neat thing about it is that we could, when we were putting the show together, we could have easily put 2 or 3 shows together on songs revolving around cars, planes, automobiles, air balloons. But so narrowing it down was a feat. But what we're really excited about is the double meaning of our tagline, the music that moves us. We thought that was really fun because we're doing songs, obviously, about things that move us physically, but we're also doing songs about things that move us inside.
Oh, okay. So, without giving away too many spoilers, just a few highlight numbers that you're really liking as they come together.
Oh, I don't mind spoiling.
I think my favorite number is the opening number. It's the Greatest Show from The Greatest Showman.
Nice.
And so, the audience is going to love it. They're going to feel the beat. They're going to feel it in their seat, and it's going to kick off an awesome show. So we start with the music that moves us, and then we wrap it up at the end with music that moves us. And in the middle, we're by car, we're by plane, we're by train, and then we're by foot. We do a little Boots Are Made for Walking. The little girls do a cute little number. We do Grease Lightning, but with women.
Okay.
Some tire choreography.
Rosie Riveter type women power.
Some girl power.
Yes.
Just a lot of fun music in there that you're going to, it's the music that we love. Music
Right.
from movies, music from musicals, and pop hits, and then the classic Follies medleys, the 1940s train medley, the things that people love to see on the stage, those big 5 songs all mashed together.
This is a challenging show, I know, to write and put together every year because it's an original show every year.
Yes. That's the single largest challenge, and it has always been that challenge. Even back in the Bob Geider years, he remarks in some of his historical comments that that's always been the challenge, is that every year we start from scratch. We get around a table and start kicking around themes, and it's completely organic, new show every year.
How many people in the cast this year?
Over 100.
Wow.
Well, we try, it's just a unique performance opportunity, and so we try the best we can to get as many people involved as possible. So we try and get creative and try to get as many people who want to be in it, because we always have way more people show up than we can physically use on stage, but we try. And so this year we're at over 100.
So, Elizabeth, as the choreographer, now Jen just said the biggest challenge was writing the show.
Right.
I'm guessing you may beg to differ.
Absolutely.
That the biggest challenge is getting 100 people on stage and getting them all moving in the same direction.
And at the same time. Yes, that is the biggest challenge. I mean, we range from age 7 to 70.
Yeah.
In their 70s.
So in their 70s.
In their 70s. So to figure out dance moves that are going to work for everybody up there, of all different skill levels, and then just really show and really pop to the audience it's been a fun challenge for me. I choreograph show choirs and high school musicals, and they're very talented kids. And these kids are just as talented, and they want to learn. And that's what you can tell. And the show looks amazing. We're 2 weeks out. I feel incredible about how they look. Everyone knows their dances. They know where they go. Yeah. And I'm super proud of the show.
Well, it's a monumental undertaking. And there are challenges as a choreographer and a director that you don't always see because you do have people, as you said, in their 70s that you're teaching dance moves. You don't have that in a high school show.
Right. I'm not thinking about how quickly they can move up 5 steps. You know, when I choreograph it, I give you 2 seconds to get up 5 steps, and then we do it. And it's always being an open, flowing choreography, you know, plan, because things always have to adapt to the people that are doing them. And it's a great challenge for me, and I love it.
Well, it's a tribute to you as the choreographer, but also to the cast.
Absolutely.
All of whom, you know, who adjust to each other and who support each other. As some of our listeners and viewers know, I have a history with the Follies too.
Absolutely.
And it was always so cool to just watch how, you know, people helped each other. You know, oh, you know what? I'm not getting that. Can we go over here in the corner and work on this? I remember there were some years where there were some dancers who actually carried a little cassette recorder as they were learning the choreography so that they could listen to it later at home and get it all together. And as you said, it always comes together and always just looks spectacular.
Right.
It takes a village.
Yes, and thanks to modern technology, we videotape every rehearsal. We put them online at the end of rehearsal, and people actually go home and practice with them, and it makes a huge difference. It truly is. It's phenomenal.
Definitely a hardworking group, as is any volunteer organization in the arts. They have to find time to practice in between their jobs and school and families and everything. And so the dedication of these people, it's really inspiring.
Well, but there are a lot of families who do it together. I mean, it really is the family that performs together stays together.
Exactly. There's literal families in the show, but we're also a family as a cast. We really do look out for one another. I think because it is multi-generational and there's kids all the way from little itty bitties all the way up to seniors, it is truly like a family environment where you are looking out for each other.
And there is a significant anniversary of one of the longtime Follies directors and performers this year.
Mr. Damon Cole, our music director, is celebrating his 35th Follies this year.
30, and that's consecutive, I believe, is it not?
Oh, well, yes.
Yeah.
He started, and he's been doing it ever since. Yeah. So we're pretty excited about that. Of course, he's very humble. Anyone who knows Damon knows he doesn't want a lot of fanfare. He doesn't want a lot of spectacle around it. But we basically said, you know what, this is an occasion to celebrate.
We're going to do it.
So. Suffer.
Right? We appreciate your time.
Please let us appreciate you.
Yes.
Well, it just, as always, you know, I love the Follies. I always have my entire family performed in the Follies, and it's always a weekend, even though we're not performing anymore. This is always a weekend that we look forward to. So get your tickets now.
Yes.
How do I get my tickets?
Well, I think the easiest way is to start with our website, crfollies.com, because it'll point you to all the right avenues to get tickets. Otherwise, if you're familiar with downtown and want to stop by the Orchestra Iowa ticket office right there next to the Paramount and walk right in and get your tickets, you can do that as well. But if you're looking for just more general information about the show and ticket information, crfollies.com.
Okay. Alisabeth von Presley is the director and choreographer for the Follies. Jen Boettger is one of the production staff. Ladies, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
The Follies March 30th and 31st at the Paramount Theater. Again, crfollies.com if you'd like to know more. You can hear the Culture Crawl live on the radio most Thursdays and Fridays at 10:20, or download the podcast and watch or listen on your own schedule using your favorite podcast app, or go to kcck.org/culture. I'm Dennis Green.